In this video, we'll be generating a random number. So what we're first going to do is we will write some HTML code. So what we will do is we've got this HTML page that is linked to the jQuery file. Both files are sitting in the same directory. And so we will create a placeholder with an ID where the generated number will be displayed. So it's going to be, let's do a H2 element and give it an ID of, say, random output. Let's output, and we'll just say click the button to generate a random number. Sorry if you see any spelling mistakes. I'll try to ignore them. And we close our H2 element, and here we can see there, click the button. So now what we want to do is we actually want to create that button, and we will associate it with an ID, and that button will trigger the random number generation when clicked. So we'll have to write some code to make that work. But let's write the code to have a button on display and give it an ID called generate random. To the text that's going to go on the button is called generate random random number. And we close off our button and let's refresh. So that's what it looks like. Well, nothing is happening because we haven't written the code to it yet. So we'll do that right here. Now what the first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that the code only runs after the entire HTML document is loaded and ready. So we'll use document.ready. This prevents any errors that could be caused while trying to manipulate HTML elements that hasn't been rendered yet. Now, the code that we will write now will actually execute once all of the HTML code has been loaded. So that's the closing off. The code will execute once the entire HTML document is loaded. Next, what we want to do is we want to attach a clicked event to the button, to this button here. So I'm just going to copy that ID so I don't make any mistakes. And then we'll use that ID. So the same ID that I've just copied, I'm closing it off. And once this is clicked, we will execute this function. And I'm going to close off the function just so I don't forget to do so. I'll close it off right here. So what we're saying here now, the code basically listens for the click event with the button that's got this ID, generate random. And when the button is clicked, the function inside will be executed. So now we will do the work to generate that random number. So I'm going to create a variable called random number, and I'm going to use math.random. Now this is the work that's actually going to get the work done. So this code, math.random, will generate a random floating number between 0 and 1, 0 inclusive and 1 exclusive. A random number between 0, so including 0, inclusive, and 1 exclusive. I don't know if I spelled that right. So that whatever the value, anything between 0 and 1, will be stored inside the variable random number. Next, what we'll do is we'll display the random number in the H2 element. So let's get access to that H2 element. And I forgot to put a hash there so that we are linked to that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that ID so I get the exact ID. and we'll access the text element. And here we'll say random number is equal to, and we will just concatenate it with that, whatever that value is holding here. Okay, so what we did is we wanted to update the text content of the H2 element that's got the ID random output and display the generated random number prefixed with basically this string. So let's have a look at how that works. I'm just going to save and refresh, and it's not working. That's because I am missing a thing. Yes, that's right. I'm missing it here. And it's always good to have the console open so you can see what the errors are. Now I can't see the errors. So if I right click on my browser and I go to inspect, go to the console, and from here I get to see any errors that I have. Otherwise, let's just say that my console is closed and I refresh and nothing is happening. I don't know what's going on. That's because I can't see where the error is. So the error is specified. So I'm just, I forgot to mention that. But now actually this works. It's generating a random number, anything between 0 and 1. It could be 0, but it can't, it doesn't include the 1. So that's pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.